What's up, guys? We are here at Overland Expo West. This is my first time at West. I normally go to Overland Expo Mountain West, but here we are in Flagstaff. Today we're going to look at campers, toppers, and rooftop tents. These are my favorite ones from Expo. Let's go ahead and get started.
Hey, how's it going, guys? This is Alan with Extrusion Overland. I'm showing today the exoskeleton. This is our new 3-in-1 system. A 3-in-1 system means that it can actually start as a bed rack system, and then you can convert it into a topper and eventually convert it into a camper if this is what works for you. So I'm going to walk you guys through some of the features and some of the innovations that we've done with this system. So, we have the panels where you can actually mount quite a bit of items. You can customize it. You can make it your own, right? So we can see that this build has, the integrated MOLLE panel on the inside. We can actually do MOLLE panels on the outside as well and mount a lot of accessories as well. We had a lot of design process in it, like our hinges. They're custom hinges. That is a 4-link mechanism that allows us to do a full clearance when we open the panels. So these are panels that are fully removable as well. So for example, if in the summer you want to run it as a topper, and then in the winter, or you want to run it as a bed rack or vice versa, it's something that can be removed super quick and easy. And same thing when you run it as a camper and you have your tent and don't want to run it year round, you can just basically take your tent off, put the panels back on top, and you can run it as a topper. So very flexible from that perspective. We can see how there's T-slot channels in here, so we can mount an extrusion bar or another MOLLE plate, and then we can have infinite mounting possibilities. We also have mounting T-slots on the top and the front of these bars, so we can have awning mounts. We can have bike rack mounts for this side over here, and we'll have just a plethora of accessories to really customize this product. Part of the features that are into this bed rack is that we have what we call a wire management and drain management systems within all the corner brackets. So you can actually have wiring come through here and then basically go into the inside of the topper and run it or wire it, as clean as possible as you'd like. So here we have some lights mounted in here. We actually have a wolf box camera mounted on the rear of this. Let me close this real quick. So if you can see here, we mounted a wolf box here as well. One thing to know that this is a pre-production model, so there's a few things that are going to change on the final model. We're going to have a central locking system for this, and our side panels are actually going to be able to be locked from the rear. So, for example, you wanted to normally be at camp, you're going to leave it unlocked, and you're going to have access, on and off for that. But let's say you go to the grocery store, you just lock it from here, and your sides will be completely safe and locked. So some of the features of this as well is, like, you can keep it as light as possible and essential as possible if you want to go, and keep things light. But you can also just keep adding accessories and keep adding stuff to it. So in this case, we left the panel without the MOLLE plate, but we just added a net. These are nets that are available in the market. We don't have to do anything special for that. But we do have accessories like MOLLE panels for the rear. We're going to have trays that you can mount some cases or have just accessibility for your gear that you can access from the sides. So it's going to be very, very customizable. We'll have a ton of accessories that you can make it basically your own. Here we have the removable panels. When you go into camper mode, you'll basically remove the crossbars and remove the panels, and the tent itself is going to have a pass-through with basically a surface that will just swivel up to kind of give you some room for hanging inside your camper area. So, but when you're wanting to put the panels back on, you just put the crossbars, put the panels in there, and you'll be good to go. Some of the features here we're showing here is that you can also mount just any tent. In this case, we just mount to the T-slot, straight to the tent right there. And as long as the tent is longer than the topper, you'll be able to do that without having to do anything with the crossbars. However, we do have some accessories where you can put a crossbar on top of the topper if your tent is actually shorter than the topper itself. So in this case, we have the shorter version of the topper. This is if you're thinking that you're not going to do like a camper version, this is a perfect solution when you just go from topper and you don't want it super tall. You don't want it to go above the cab. So we can see here that with him, we just added some of the crossbar mounts and then mounted the tent to those crossbars. But same thing, you can mount just about any gear on top of it. But if you have the same accessibility from the sides, you got the same mode basically where you can run it as a bed rack as well. You'll be able to convert it to a bed rack with compatible with a lot of the accessories like the slide outs and the molly plates and access panels. So it's a very, very versatile system.
Hey, I'm Tyler with Prospect Overland. I'm a four-wheel camper brand ambassador, and my truck is a 2015 Toyota Tundra with the 5'7" bed. Four-wheel camper Project M on the back. I've had it about a year, so we're gonna do a little walk around and talk about the camper. So quickly on the outside here, we've got the pop top, which is made of like a rubberized material that the wind and rain can't go through. It doesn't flap like your normal tent material. I selected the black diamond plating. There's a bunch of other siding options. I also have the gear tracks to mount things like max tracks or whatever other exterior gear you want to use. And then each corner of every four-wheel camper comes with jack brackets pre-installed. All you have to do is either buy the jacks or not. I don't ever plan on taking mine off, so I didn't even bother buying the jacks. The camper comes with 3 windows that you cannot change. The passenger side comes with a solid panel in the stock configuration. I opted to match the window size on the passenger side, but you can do a hatch or a large window. It's up to you as the customer. So like I was just mentioning, that's the passenger side window that I was saying is an option. I did gear tracks again on this side and an Alucab 270 awning, which I love. So the back of the camper is you retain your stock tailgate, and then this hatch closes down and seals against your tailgate. You've got 2 locking handles here to keep yourself secure at night or keep your stuff secure while you're away from the truck, and a rear window. So the Project M accommodates most of your big brand trucks, 5 foot, 6 foot, 8 foot beds, and it ranges anywhere from 350 pounds up into the low 400 pounds for the 8 foot beds. Your Tacomas, your Gladiators, your Tundras, all your full size trucks. So there's likely a fitment for you. So we're gonna jump into the interior real quick. This is the full size version. So it's 72 inches wide, 6 feet wide, and the bed slides. You can see this platform here, it slides out to an 82-inch bed, so almost a full king-size bed. I keep it right here, that's all the space I need. I also optioned for the quilted thermal pack lining, which keeps the top insulated some and provides blackout window shades on all of the lower windows. I also opted for a roof fan. That's a pretty reasonably priced option. You can get 1 or 2 fans, and the fans blow air in or suck air out. It's a max fan. So these shelves here are benches to sit on. They're structural. You can also stand on them to get up to bed. So I'm gonna probably make some bench seat covers and make them extra comfortable. I just use some storage boxes here. A lot of people put their fridge right here. Mine's pretty simple here on the bottom still. Some guys build out full cabinetry on the interior. The Project M is kind of designed for you to be able to pick and choose how fancy you want to get it. You can get lots of options through four-wheel campers, or if you're handy, a DIY person, you can start building it out yourself. So along the lines of the DIY stuff, I've got a Pro Speed molly panel with a bunch of pouches here on both sides of the camper. I also have a Dickinson heater mounted to the molly panel on the other side. That's an accessory, not through four-wheel camper. But again, you can have them do lots of options, or you can save some money and do them yourself if you're handy. One of the cool things about having the topper is you can still use the truck bed of your truck as a truck. I have a piece of plywood with some carpet on it, but if you were still using your truck for construction or something, you could just have this not installed and still use it and wash your truck out if you needed to. Also, the topper comes down all the way to the bottom of this quilted material. So you could sit in here on these benches like we are with the top down. I'm 6 foot, so I might have to slouch just a little, but you could totally hang out in here, or you just sit on the floor. I've done that plenty of times with the top still down. So to pop the roof up and down, you just use your manual strength. You push on this bar here, and you use this lever to lower and raise the topper, and then to go up, I push on this and I push forward, and the front kind of latches in. Four-wheel camper just did release some electric assist options with the actuator that sits here from the roof going down to the floor. So that's an option if you don't have the upper shoulder strength, like due to an injury or something. Yeah. So the LED lighting is standard, on-off button, and you can dim them if you hold the button, which is a really cool feature, and it has memory. So I leave one really dimmed, and then when I get into bed, that one's my dimmed light for the sleeping arrangement. So on the back of the camper, it's got a similar pop-top method. It's got a snap here that you can lower. The mirror for the ladies, all the wives like this. This comes from four-wheel camper with the mirror on it. So you just pop this down, and you can start lowering it. And I'm not going to go all the way down just for room right now while we're filming. And then you can push back up on this and push that forward. And this is just a little safety snap so it doesn't pop down. Well, that's going to do it for our quick walk around of the four-wheel camper Project M. If you want to check out more, jump on fourwheelcamper.com. You can do the full build out, price out your build for your truck. And thanks a lot.
Hey guys, welcome to Overland Expo West here in Flagstaff, Arizona, 2024. We're having an absolute awesome time here with our Ultra Elite, our best-selling tent this season. This is our aluminum body flip-out style tent. This makes a true king-size bed. It has been our best seller for the last year. Our tents are made of a phenomenal quality, and we offer a fantastic dollar for value when it comes to price point. We use a 600 denier Oxford canvas fabric as our tent wall construction. There's a higher density than most fabrics out there. We don't offer an insulation zip-in liner kit. Reason being, with our diesel heater port that you'll see up top here and our 600 denier Oxford canvas fabric, between those two parts of the build, you can do 4-season camping in this in all conditions. You'll notice our raised hinge system. This is a one-of-a-kind raised hinge system that we developed a few years ago, allowing you to have 360-degree views, 360-degree airflow. And when we're on this side of the tent, you may notice that we can utilize our T-channels on the side of the tent to attach things like awnings, high lift jacks, shovels, water ports, and more, utilizing our T-channel accessory mounts. Then, moving up into the top of the tent, you'll see that our tents have an optional roof rack that connect to the extruded aluminum T-channels on the top shell of our tent. On this in particular, we've got our storage container mounted to it. You can do anything from bike racks to solar to kayaks, etc. You name it, you can put it on here. It's got a 150-pound load capacity when the tent is closed. It's got a 65-pound load capacity when the tent is open, like you see it here now on those 400 Newton gas struts that we use. So if we come around, we'll show you some of the features of the inside of the tent. You'll notice one of the first features of our tent is the inside is actually lined with a UV-resistant blackout wax coating. What this does is allows for a pitch black environment until you decide to crack a window in the morning. You'll notice some lighting in the back. You've got 3 different light modes. You've got a dim, bright, and brightest. And then above it, you've got our 6-pocket organizer. The middle sleeve is slightly tinted transparent pocket. So if you want to download some movies on your iPad, on Netflix, Hulu, whatever, you can go ahead, drop those in there, watch some movies to sleep if you're restless. And then you'll also notice on the ceiling up top, we don't do the typical cloth-lined upholstery ceiling. The reason we don't do that is because over years of camp, your dirty camp fingers are going to get that top ceiling pretty dirty if we use cloth. So we switched to a rubber upholstery style here. So you can go ahead, you could take a rag to it, a magic eraser to it, and easily clean and disinfect your tent after a camp. Then inside you'll notice the diesel heater port. We have a 4-inch duct up top, so it's easy to put your diesel heater port and duct it right in to do that 4-season camping. And while we're looking up top, let's take a quick peek at our skylight up top. So you have a mesh window here that's covered by a rain fly with a transparent window. You can see the stars, and even if it starts to rain in the middle of the night, you have got that peace of mind that you're not going to get any water inside of this tent. Then moving down into the tent, you'll see this tent is actually equipped with our His and Hers Cloud Comfort mattress. So we kind of call this like the sleep number for overlanding. So this is a mattress made of a hybrid technology of air and memory foam. So you can fill this mattress to your desired comfort level. If you want it a little firmer, you can fill it a little bit more. If you want it a little softer, you can fill it a little less. And so if you know, your significant other likes to sleep on a firm mattress, great. You can inflate that a little bit more. Or if you like to sleep on something a little softer, you can have what you prefer in this. And then it buttons down the middle so you can't slip in the crack. Underneath every mattress is an anti-condensation mat. Helps to keep the condition of your tent dry and safe from mildew and condensation buildup. So our rainfly on the outside has a couple different functionalities. You'll notice a zipper system that actually lines the rainfly on the inside here, and it actually comes all the way around and down. So this zipper system is to attach our annex room. We have a completely floored annex room for these Alto series of tents. That annex room has a PVC floor, so if you've got larger dogs, if you're doing any hunting, you can have that peace of mind that they're completely sealed in that annex room without you having to carry those larger dogs up into your tent. Then the rainfly also unclips right here, and you can tie it down all the way at the top of the shell up there. So if you don't expect any rain and you want that, if you want some airflow through the top mesh, you can absolutely do that. Then other exterior features on the outside, last but not least, you've got your shoe bag. We went ahead, you'll notice that there's a clear mesh at the bottom there, so if you got wet boots, it's just going to drip through and dry. And then a simple pocket organizer, which also doubles as a ladder cover. We'll slide this over the ladder when we're closing it up so that we don't have any potential damage to the clear transparent window on the rainfly. But that's what makes this Alto Elite our best-selling tent here at 4x4 Colorado. So if you're interested, we have this tent with roof rack option. $29.49 is what we sell it for. $100 to a commercial address for shipping and $150 for residential.
Hey guys, my name is Sloan. I work with Intrepid Camp Gear. Behind me I've got our Geo Solar rooftop tent. Today we've got 3 models with us. Overall we've got a honeycomb aluminum top and bottom with aluminum extrusions and some composite corners. All these tents are going to be fairly lightweight. The Solo coming in at 120 pounds. We got our Geo 2.5 coming at 155. And then our Geo 3.0 back here is going to be 187. The difference between the 3 tents being the width. Our Geo Solo is going to have a 33-inch width. Our Geo 2.5 is going to be 55 inches. And then our Geo 3.0 is going to be 63 inches wide. So a full queen with a little bit of extra length. On all these, you're going to have a ladder and mattress standard. The primary design behind these tents is the hinge up top. This is going to give you almost 40% more room. The idea is that inside these tents, we can get more livable space. You got about 4.5 feet of headroom in there, so I can be on my knees sitting fully up in them. It's really easy to sit inside these and actually hang out with them rather than just sleeping. You're going to have 7.5 feet of head to toe room, so this is great for our taller guys out there. You don't have to worry about cramming your feet or your head into the corner, and these truly are a little bit more functional for what the money that you're going to be spending on them. For accessories, we've got a few up on top of the tent holding the bike. We've got our cross mount up there that's going to be for all 3 tents as well. On the inside, we've got our cargo net and our organizer. These are going to have some clear pockets for any entertainment or iPads that you're gonna have in there. And then we also have a soon coming chair that's just gonna help us so if you're inside the tent, you can actually enjoy time in there and it's not uncomfortable. We made these primarily for the Japanese market. For them, noise and keeping any whistling or wind noises down is pretty important. So these are our arrow strips. We've got them in a teal, a red, and a black. This is a really easy way to accessorize your tent, fill up the rails, and add some color to it. So a lot of the consumable parts on this we designed to be swapped out. The goal was to get minimum 10 years out of a lot of the parts on here. If you're going to spend thousands of dollars on a tent, the idea is you can use it for a long time. So things such as the struts, your ladder brackets, your locking latches, all these can be replaced. We have spare parts for all of them. Same thing goes with the fabric up here. This whole thing can be zipped in and out. Say we make updates to this in the future. It should be pretty easy to buy one and add a new one to it if we do make changes. And then same thing with up here on the hinge. We get a lot of questions about this. This is a pretty thick rubber gasket that we have on here, but down the line, we rate this for about 10 years. But if you do have some sun wear or damage on there, it's pretty easy to swap it out for a new one. And same thing with the corner pieces as well to prevent water intrusion. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions or comments, click the link in the description. You can also email us at support@intrepidcampgear.com or go ahead and message us on our website. It's also really easy to schedule a virtual consultation to see any of these in person or check them out over video. Thanks for watching.
Hi guys, my name is Tim from OK For Wheel Drive or AliCab USA, and today we're looking at the different varieties of the mod cap. So the mod cap is the same thing as the canopy camper. However, it comes with a new modularity aspect of it. So right here we have the mod cap canopy, which has the complete canopy camper feel with the whole rear door right here. However, this just has a canopy on top of it. So this has a flat roof, there's no sleeping situation, and this is to just start getting into the AliCab Architect. and you can start working your way up based on your needs and your wants. The ModCap campers have the same standard base, different between the units of trucks between 5 foot, 5.5, 6, and 6.5 foot, and it has the standard options of windows and or no windows. So inside here, it's the same mounting points as the old school canopy camper in here. With the new ModCap, they now have harnesses from the National Luna Touchlights, and the only thing to go from this here with the flat roof over to the two-sleeper, which you'll be seeing next, is these 3 bolts on these 4 brackets, so 12 bolts total, and you'll be able to pop this whole thing off and move over to the next modularity of what you choose. So it could be either the canopy camper two-sleeper, or it can be the family model, which you'll see later. Going from here, we have the canopy camper, which is almost like the OG canopy camper. This has, it's the same base of the ModCap here, so it looks the exact same on the outside. However, with some removal of bolts on the canopy, we're going to go to the two-sleeper here, and now you have the same bed as the normal canopy camper. There's a couple of bolts and some rivets you have to do, but you can take this on and off and switch between different roofs. That is why it is called the ModCap, because of the modularity and the ability to change from something like a flat roof to the canopy camper here, well, the ModCap camper for a two-sleeper. And both of these models are available for 5, 5.5, 6, and 6.5 foot trucks. So this is available for any door that has extrusion. So some new style canopy campers and ModCaps now. And this is their in-house kitchen. Has some cookware, some Tupperware, some cups up here, and a fold-out table down here with a cutting board. Can also go on anything with a rear door like this. This can go on the ModCap canopy, and it can also go on the full-size family roof. This is the new ModCap family. This is on a 5.5 foot Tundra, and this gives you the option, instead of being a two-sleeper, you can now sleep 4 people up there comfortably. So if you want to come up with me up here, we now have a different design. And you'll notice from the outside that it's a clamshell. Instead of flipping open like this as a wedge, it goes up on the side as a clamshell and then has another fold-out option over here. From in here, you can, this is completely closed, or you can open this section up and you can have access to all up here. Or, you know, if it's just maybe yourself going out camping and you have this roof option on, you can lift this whole thing up, and now you have all of this room up here. You can still sleep east to west, and you have basically your whole bed space down here to stand and room for activities.
Hey guys, I'm Jesse Davey from Wild Top Truck Caps, and I'd like to show you our product. So it's a soft top that we do that's also load rated. It's America's only load rated soft truck cap. It can take 770 pounds of load up top. That's static, and then 220 pounds dynamic. So perfect for a rooftop tent and a couple of kids up the top. It's made of premium Australian canvas. It's UV proof, it's waterproof, it's fade proof, it's dust proof. It's really a perfect product for overlanding, for camping, and it's also great for around the city if you want to carry ladders or things like that. So let me show you how it works. So firstly, you use the zips, and then you can roll it up here like that. And we have integrated magnet straps, which just strap on like that. Like that, there we go. So the frame is integrated with the canvas. So when you buy this product, when you buy a Wild Top, you get premium canvas and you get a frame. You can ride your vehicle with just the frame and take the canvas off if you want to. So the frame is all aluminum, but in the corners, to give it its load rating, it's got this structural steel in all corners of the frame. So that takes all the load and allows it to be lightweight while also carrying a heavy load. So the whole thing only weighs 60 pounds. So you can lift it on and off with one person, no worries.